Today we will be setting up a quality mobile live stream in Streamlabs OBS with your mobile game capture, your webcam, your microphone, overlays, alerts, etc. What's up everyone, Jelle here with the video nerd and welcome to the Streamlabs OBS Master Course. If you're not in the Master Course playlist itself, make sure you go there by the link in the description because there are a lot more guides to further enhance your live stream in that playlist. We will be downloading a few programs to set up this whole stream and all the links will always be in the description. The first program we will be downloading in this guide is of course Streamlabs OBS, so make sure you download it and then you log in with your Twitch or Mixer account, etc. so we can go on with the next step. Then the second program we will be downloading is a screen capture program for your mobile device. It's completely free and it sends your phone screen in a great quality to your computer, so let's just go ahead and download it. I can't pronounce the name, so this is the name, but I will show you how to download it. I will put the link to the program in the description, so just paste it in your URL bar and then go to the website. Just scroll to the bottom and right here you can download it for different operating systems. I am using Windows and it's 64 bits. If you're not sure, you can right click on your Windows icon, click on System, and then right there you will see if your PC is 32 or 64 bits. Mine is 64, so I just click on this link, then the download will start. Now once the download is finished, you have to unpack it, so get it into a separate folder and then just click Extract here. Then this file is what you want to click to launch the program, but it probably will not work yet. If it does, great, but otherwise you need to set your phone in developer mode and enable the debug mode. Now if you don't know how to do it, I will show it to you right now. So let's go to the settings, then scroll completely to the bottom and then click on About. Then again completely to the bottom and there you will see build number. Now you want to click that 5 times. Okay, and then you will get a pop-up to enter your password. So I will enter my password right now, click on OK. Then the developer mode will be enabled and we only have to enable the USB debug mode. So for that, go back one level, then click on options for developers, then scroll a bit to the bottom till you see USB debug mode. Then you enable that, click on OK. And then you're finished. Then on your computer you can now launch the program, so just double click it, it will open and boom, your phone screen will appear on your PC screen. Now of course it's in portrait mode, but when we open a game like Mobile Legends, it will go in landscape mode. You can control the phone of course on your phone, but you can also use this window, so it's not only screen mirroring, you can type in it, you can scroll, click, etc. So let's open Mobile Legends and then you see it goes in landscape mode. Now the next thing we want to do is import this game into Streamlabs OBS. So for that, let's open Streamlabs OBS. Then right here in the middle we have the sources and it's right here that we want to add our mobile screen capture. So click on the plus icon, then click on game capture right here. It's a good name, so click on add source. Okay, then here as your mode you want to click this drop down and you want to select capture specific window, and then in window we want to choose the window, so it's right here the program name and then 1+, so my phone name. Okay, let's click that and right here it already appears on screen. Now I will move this window a bit and you see that we have a problem because the borders aren't correct. Now there's an easy fix for this, so let's click on done, then hold Alt on your keyboard and then you can just move the borders so it fits correctly. Okay, like this. And right now the borders are correct. And then we immediately run into another problem. Let's grab this corner right here and then make it bigger till it touches the other side of the screen. Like you see, we have a border, and that's because a phone screen has a different aspect ratio compared to a normal PC screen, because a phone screen is wider, and because of that we have this border right here. This can be a problem for your stream, so I created 2 overlays especially for this video for you guys, so I will show you how to get it. In the description there will be a link, so just click on that and you will get to this page right here on Gumroad. I made an overlay for when you are gaming in full screen with your webcam and your labels at the bottom, and I also made one for when you have downtime on your stream, so your webcam is bigger, you have your game capture, your chat, etc. So to download it, you can just enter 0 right here, click on I want this, and then you can download the overlay. Back into Streamlabs OBS, you want to click on the plus icon of the sources, then double click on image, let's call it overlay, okay, click on add source, then click on browse, and then you just go to the overlay pack which you just downloaded, and then you have the intermission screen and this widescreen phone for just full screen gaming. So let's double click on that, click on done. Then in the sources, right click on the overlay, go to transform and then click fit to screen. Now the overlay is full screen, but your game capture doesn't fit perfectly. So in the sources, let's click on game capture so you can see the borders, and then just adjust it till you are happy with the placement of your game. Now it fits correctly, and when we click on something on our phone, you can see that it works. Or of course on your computer while you are streaming, just do it right here, it all works. Then the next thing to do is adding our webcam. So again, in the sources, click on the plus icon, then double click on video capture device. Okay, let's call it webcam, add source, and then right here you want to select your webcam. I usually use my camera as my webcam, but I'm recording this video right now, so I can't select it, but select your webcam right here and it will appear in your screen right here. Click on done. It's black for me now, but for you it will be your webcam. So just position it somewhere in the corner right here, and then I also did add a webcam border in the pack. So click on the plus icon, click on image again, and then on the bottom enable this one, add a new source instead. Okay, call it webcam border. Okay, click add source, then again click on browse, and then when you scroll to the bottom right here you can see webcam border. So just double click it, click on done, select it in the sources so you can grab it to move it. Okay, let's position the bottom left corner right here, and then just drag the top right corner till it fits, and we see that it doesn't fit perfectly. So to fix that, let's make sure the top line is connected with the webcam, then hold the shift button, and then you can drag the right border without moving everything. So just connect it like this and it's done. Now right here on the bottom we can see recent follow, top donation and recent sub. So here we need to add labels. In Streamlabs OBS that's very easy, just click on the plus icon in the sources, and then on the right you can see stream label. So just double click that, and let's call this one recent follow. Click on add source, and then in this drop down you can just search for most recent follower. Right here I have it, just click it. Then you can choose your font family right here, your font style, you can change the size, right here change the color, okay, and then just click on done. On your screen on the top left you will see your most recent follower appearing. Now I took a dummy account to log in Streamlabs OBS, so I don't have a recent follower, and maybe when you're setting up your stream you also don't have one yet. But right here let's click on done, okay. Now with our arrow keys we can move this right here, you see, and this will become our most recent follower when we have one. It's hard to move this right now, so just make it a bit bigger, then just move it to the bottom right here and then make it small again. Okay, so for now you can position it right here, and then when you have a recent follower or when you see one, you can position it correctly right here. And you have to do the same thing for the other ones, top donator, etc. You just add a new source, stream label, on the bottom add a new source instead. You give it another name, you click on add source, and then in the drop down you just look for recent subscriber and top donation. Okay, so let's cancel this and delete the source. So now you know how to set up the labels at the bottom. And then the next thing we want to do is add our gaming sound to Streamlabs OBS, because I don't know if you have noticed it already, but the screen capture program we are using only transmits our video to our computer and not our phone audio. So to do that, it's really simple actually. You just connect an aux cable to the headphone jack of your phone, and then the other side of the cable goes in the microphone input of your computer. So then we are actually using two microphones. We are using this microphone to talk to our stream, and then our phone is the second microphone. So to set that up in Streamlabs OBS, just click on the settings icon on the bottom right, then go to audio, then as your microphone auxiliary device 1, you should select your microphone. This microphone is connected through my laptop, so I can't select it right here, but I can select the microphone of my headset, which is this one. Then as your mic auxiliary device 2, you should select the microphone input of your computer to which you connected your phone. So let's just click on the drop down, and then for me it's this one, microphone high definition audio device. It can be a different thing for you, but this one is for me, so let's click on done. And now our two devices are connected. So we have our headset, which is connected to Streamlabs OBS, and our phone. So right here on the bottom right, you can see the mixer window, and there we see microphone of my headphones. When I move it very close to my mouth, you see that it's picking up the sound. And then the phone is also connected, because when I click on a button, you will see that it will move into the yellow. Okay, you see. So they are both connected. Now what else would you want to connect to your stream? Maybe you want to connect music, Spotify for example, and I have another tutorial for that, for how you want to do that, together with a Spotify overlay. So if you want to do that, click on the card right there so you can go to the Spotify tutorial. And then another very handy tutorial I already made is to add filters to your microphone input right here in Streamlabs OBS, to remove the keyboard sound or to make it sound a bit better. So you might also want to check out that guide if you want to upgrade your stream quality, so I will link that also in the cards. Then the next thing you really want to add is an alert box, so people can see when someone follows you, subscribes to you, etc. If you want to add a really simple basic alert box, you just click on the plus icon, you double click alert box right here, you click on add source, you click on done, and it's added. You see when it's selected in the sources, we have a green border right here. So this is where your alerts will be displayed on the stream. On the bottom you can click on test widgets, and then you can test the alerts. So for example, let's click on follow, and you see Dark Rippers is now following, subscription, subscribed, okay, bits, a donation, etc. If you want to do more with your alerts, you want to add custom alerts, change everything, different positions for alerts, etc. I also have a guide on that, so I will also link it in the cards. But to be honest, the more easy way is to just go to the Streamlabs OBS master course that I made, because there all the Streamlabs tutorials are packed in one playlist, and you can just go through them and upgrade your stream as you go through the videos. So I highly recommend that. Now the final thing to do is making the other scene that I created, the other scene that I did put in this overlay package. So that's this intermission screen, and actually it's kind of the same, but there are two new elements, and that's resizing this webcam box right here, because it's not widescreen anymore, and it's adding our chat right here on the right. So let's just do that right now. Let's go back to Streamlabs OBS, and on the left you can click on the plus icon to make a new scene. Okay, let's call it intermission, click done. Then in the sources, let's click on the plus icon, double click on image, add a new source instead. Okay, let's call it overlay, add source, browse, and then in the pack right here, intermission screen, this is what you want to double click. Right click on the intermission screen, transform, and then where is it? Oh, here, fit to screen. Okay, so now that's this. Now let's add our game capture. So click on the plus icon, double click game capture, and now we do not need to make a separate source because it's the same source as in the previous scene. So let's just click on add source. Okay, here it is. Then to resize the border, hold the Alt key and just make sure it connects like this. Okay, then you can just make it smaller without holding any key. Okay, and then you can move it here. Okay, make sure it fits and make sure that in the sources the game capture is below the overlay. Okay, so let's move it below. So this makes sure that we see all the borders perfectly. Okay, so this works like that. Now add our webcam. So click on the plus icon, click on video capture device right here. Okay, and it's the same webcam as in the other scene. So also don't make a new source, just click on add source. Then right here, this should be your webcam. It's black because my webcam isn't connected, but for you it should work. Let's also move it below the overlay, okay? And then you just want to move your webcam to the position that you want. Make sure that it fills the whole screen from top to bottom, and then hold the Alt key and cut off the left port or the right port depending on where you are in the screen, so you can make sure that it fits, and like this. That should work. Then let's add our chat right here. So again, in the sources, click the plus icon, and then right here we can see chat box. So just double click it, add source, and here you will see a preview of how the chat is looking. You have a lot of options right here, so just go through the options till you are happy with the chat that is created, and then click on done. Then right here, this is the chat. So you want to move it right here in the chat box that's just created. Okay, for example, like this. And then while holding shift on your keyboard, you can move one border to make it fit like this. Now to test the chat box, we can click on this arrow right here on the right. So then we will go into the chat of our stream. So we can just say hi, hello, nice stream. So you see that it's working like this. Now you will see some space on the left of your chat. Let's type something again. Okay, right here you see, but this is for badges of people. So when people have more badges, there's still room. So don't move your chat to the left to make it connect with the left chat border. No, just leave it like this. So make sure when you click on the chat box in the sources that the borders are aligning perfectly, because then everything in your chat will fit. So right now I'm editing and I just realized that I didn't go over the settings to actually get your stream online. So that's what we're going to do right now. So let's go back to Streamlabs OBS. My webcam is still not linked, my phone isn't linked anymore, but it doesn't matter. We're just going to go over the settings to get your stream online. So on the bottom left corner, click on the gear icon, and then first of all go to the video tab. Okay, so right here as your base canvas resolution, you should select your highest resolution possible. So for me it's 1440p, maybe for you it's like 1080 or I don't know, select your highest, okay? So this is the resolution of your screen while you are streaming. Then the output scaled resolution is the resolution that your stream will be seeing. So if you're streaming a slow-paced game, a mobile board game or things like that, you should select 1920 by 1080. This is 1080p quality and it's great, but when you're streaming fast-paced games like shooters, etc., you should consider lowering the resolution right here to, for example, 1960, because when you are streaming fast-paced games, there's a lot more new information that has to be sent to the servers, because every pixel is changing every time. When you're streaming board games or something like that, a lot of the pixels keep the same value for a really long time, so then there isn't as much information that needs to be sent to the server. So because of that, you can select 1080p and your footage will still be high quality. You can select 1080p for fast-paced games too, but it's recommended to lower it a bit. So choose what's best for you. Then as your downscale filter, you should select lengths. No discussion about this. Okay, then FPS type, leave it at common FPS values, and then as your common FPS value you should select 30 or 60. With slow paced games you can select 30, but with high paced games, racing games, shooters, etc., go for 60. Okay, and then let's go into the output settings for the real deal. Now, if you don't like all these settings, just go to simple mode, set your bitrate to 4500 or 6000 if your internet is pretty great. Use hardware NVENC new as your encoder, or if you don't have an NVIDIA graphics card, go for software 264. That's everything for the simple settings, but I do not recommend this. I recommend you to go to the advanced settings and then set up these ones. So the first thing, the encoder, again, choose hardware NVENC new if you have an NVIDIA graphics card and if it supports it. If it doesn't, software 264. But we will set up hardware NVENC first because this is what most people will be using. Okay, make sure you do not select enforce streaming service encoder settings. Then as your rate control, you should select CBR, which stands for constant bitrate, and then we can select a constant bitrate right here. Now, this depends on your internet speed. You should do an internet speed test, so I will go to speedtest.net and I will do a quick test. So the test just finished and my upload speed is 15 megabits per second. Now in the settings in Streamlabs OBS, the bitrate right here is in bits per second. So you should convert the megabits per second to bits by multiplying it by 1000. So my upload speed is 15,000 bits per second. So I can just make this 6000 and be done with it. Now, if your upload speed is slower, you should select a slower bitrate right here. And you can, for example, go to 4500 or even 3000, but when you're going that low, I recommend you to go to the video settings and select 30 FPS right here. Now, when your upload speed is slower, for example, if you're getting like 3 megabits per second right here, that's 3000 kilobits per second. But entering 3000 right here isn't a good idea because then you have no headroom. I mean, if your upload speed is 3000, you should select 2500 bits per second at most, because you still want a bit of headroom for when other things are happening on your PC, like Spotify or a YouTube video, etc. If you're not sure what bitrate you should select, you can go to Google and then search for Twitch encoding chart, okay? Then you go to the first link and right here you have a very clear chart. So we are setting up NVIDIA NVENC settings and we are choosing 900p, well it's 960 but let's say 900p, 60 fps. So they're saying that we should select a bitrate of 6000 kilobits per second. Now, like I said, if your internet is too slow and for example you can only select 3000 kilobits per second, then you see that you should select 720p and 30 fps. So if that's the case, then you just go to your settings and then you go to the video tab and there you can select the output scaled resolution. So there you select 720p and then 30 fps. Then you go to your output settings and you select 3000 as your bitrate. But since my upload speed was high enough, I see that I can handle 6000 kilobits per second, so I could go for 1080p or for 900p. In this case, let's say I'm streaming an FPS game, so in that case I'm selecting 960 right here, then 60 FPS, and then in the output settings 6000 kilobits per second. Then the next one, the keyframe interval, you should set this to 2. Then the preset, you should set it to quality, the profile to high. You should disable look ahead, enable psycho-visual tuning, leave the GPU at 0 and set your max B frames to 2. Now, if you don't have an NVIDIA graphics card and hardware NVENC isn't available for you, you can select software 264 encoding. Then you should disable enforce streaming service encoder settings. Do not select rescale output right here. If you select it, you see that you can select your output resolution, but we are already doing that in the video tab, and it's much more efficient to do it right here, because then your GPU will be used to rescale your output, whereas if you are doing it in the output tab, your CPU will be used, and most of the time your GPU will have more power left to do the rescaling than your CPU. So just disable these two settings right here. Then as your rate control, select CBR, which stands for constant bitrate. And then as your bitrate, I explained this for the hardware NVENC encoding settings. It's the same one right here, 6000 for me. You should select what fits your PC by using this chart. Okay, so then next, just disable use custom buffer size. Set the keyframe interval to 2. Then the CPU usage preset is the most important setting when using software 264 encoding. Now by default it will be set to very fast, and the slower you go right here, so to the bottom, the more of your CPU will be used, so the CPU usage will be higher. Now if you select ultra fast, this is the least taxing for your CPU, but it's also the lowest quality, so you should find the balance right here. I recommend you to set it to very fast, complete the other settings, start your stream, start your game, start gaming, and by pressing Ctrl Shift Escape on your keyboard, you can go to your task manager, then you can go to your performance right here, and then right here you should click on processor, and then you see the usage of your processor. So then you start your game, your stream, you game a bit, you come back and you see what your CPU usage was. Now if there's a lot more headroom, let's say you were gaming etc, and it was at 50 like this, then you have some headroom, so then you can select, for example, faster. Then you start your game again and you look if you still have headroom or not. So let's say you don't want to go above 70 to 75% of your CPU usage because you want a bit of headroom for when it fluctuates. Okay, so then the next thing, profile, set this to high, and then your tune just to none, and these are all the settings. Now if everything is set up, the last thing to do is adding your stream key, but since you logged in with your Twitch account, it will probably be already added. But just to be sure, if it isn't, right here you can add your stream key. You can find it on Twitch in these settings. But again, since you have to log in with your Twitch account these days, the stream key is automatically added. So then you can just click on Go Live and then fill in this information, the title you want, the game that you're streaming. You can also choose a tag for your stream. There are a lot of tags to choose from, so you can check this out. And then just click on confirm, and then your stream will go live. Now, because you're streaming a mobile game, you can add all kind of things on your screen and people will not be able to see it because they are only seeing your mobile game capture. So let's say right here, we move the game to the top right on our screen, and then on the left you can add all your recent events, etc. So when you go to the Streamlabs website, okay, you just log in. I log in with my Twitch account, and then on the left you can click on recent events, and that will open a screen with all the recent events that you want to see. So you can just move this window to the left of your screen, then your game right here on the top right, and then right here in the open space you can, for example, add a notepad window with things you want to do or say on stream, or things you want to write down during your stream, etc. People will only be able to see what you're doing in this window right here. So that's an amazing thing. When mobile streaming, everything can be packed on one screen. If you have any questions on anything that I just explained right now, or questions about your stream, etc., you can ask them in the comments, or you can also join our Discord channel, where we are just a community of people who are wanting to grow online. That Discord server is growing together with the TVN community, so you might want to check that out. Remember that this was only one of the guides in the Streamlabs OBS Master Course playlist, so I will put a link in the description, and there will also be a link in the course if you want to check that out, because that playlist is filled with Streamlabs OBS tutorials that are very useful. Thanks for watching, and I hope that I will see you in my next video. Have a good day.